Right, we're going live now. Are you ready? There we go. We're live now. Now. We're live now. There we go.
Hello, everybody.
So we've got George in the chat and we've got Jason in the chat.
Oh, wow, already?
Yeah, some people wait.
Ready for it.
ready for it, yeah. Not loads of people, but some people, because they know I come on between 2:45 and 1, so... yeah. So, it is the return of my mum, Andrea, so you can pop any questions in the chat that you would like. You better get ready to answer some questions.
Okay.
We'll wait for a few more people to come in, because George and Jason are the only ones in at the moment. George says, Mummy Ads is back.
Yay! Mummy Ads is back.
And Jason says hi. So
Hello,
yeah,
Jason.
I will wait for a few more people to drop in. I've not got any topic or anything today. I thought we could just randomly, you can ask us questions or whatever. So yeah, I discussed a lot yesterday about like my week and stuff. So I've not really got that much to talk about my week or anything either. So I'm just kind of waiting on people to jump in the chat and. Yeah, we can get started. So, yeah, normally there's a few people who jump in. Oh, here we go. We've got Adrian in the chat. Hi there. Is it? Oh no, it's not Adrian, is it? It's Adam. Oh my God, my eyes are going weird. Hi, Ad's mum.
Hello.
Adam Kelsey saying hi. One of the regulars. These for you, all the regulars. Oh, got Electra coming in now.
Oh.
Where's she off? So yeah, and we've got Jason. How was your birthday? It was good. Obviously I mentioned a little bit about that yesterday, but yeah, it was good. Oh, I did mention yesterday that I got a gimbal that you got me for my birthday, didn't you? And I was having a bit of trouble setting it up. I did a vlog and I was having a bit of trouble setting it up. And I've not actually told you this, but when I went round Ryan's, we figured out why the audio wasn't coming on.
Oh.
And I kind of did actually, but it was weird. The audio wasn't coming on when I was using the gimbal. But then what I did was I just restarted my iPhone.
Oh.
And it came on, like the audio. So I don't even think it was a problem with the gimbal. I think it was a problem with the iPhone. But I've had this since like Christmas. It's only been like a month or so, and if it's already having trouble with the audio and stuff.
No, it's probably.
I know,
right.
but yeah, I know, but you need to come in a bit more, don't you? A bit.
I know. Can we work on
the
me
problem
not
is
showing my double
the
chin?
problem is I'm too tall, so I can't angle the camera down so that then you're a bit higher up.
Oh, right.
Because then my head's gonna get cut off.
Okay.
Really odd. Right, we'll have a look in the chat now. Oh yeah, loads of people are flooding in now. We've got Richard in there. Watch out, you're back on the green screen here. You have to move forward a bit. One sec, let me see where you are. Oh, that's it. That's how we can do it. Yeah, you move. That's it. Then we're about same height. No, not too far. Back a bit. That's it.
There we go.
We've got Richard in there. Hi there, Richard. We've got Katie McNess. I don't think I've seen your name in here before, so hi there. Shameless channel plug. New video should be coming out tonight. I've not watched any apart from the first one, I've not watched any of your vids, George, so I'll have to catch up. George has been a reseller for, well, I think he's probably been a reseller longer than me.
Right.
And I've always thought he should have a channel. And then, about 2 weeks ago, he started up a channel.
Oh, very good.
And, yeah, but he's really professional quality vids, like really good vids. For like a... Basically someone who's not... like a new starter on YouTube. Like, they're incredible, really. Andy's in the chat, another regular. Hi, Andrea, and Ads in that order. In that order? Oh, that's terrible. Yeah, but my name should come first because it's alphabetical order, you see. Ads, Andrea, Ads.
Oh.
Yeah. So, yeah, if you've got any questions, drop them in the chat. I don't know why, but there's not as many people jumping in. I don't know, maybe I am a little bit early, but... I don't know, maybe more people jumping on in a bit. Left hand down a bit. I always want to say left-handed hummingbird because there's another person called left-handed hummingbird. But yeah, hi there. Got 4 out now, mate. Yeah, once you get to about 20, 30, 40 videos, they really start to, you lose track, you lose count of videos because. I remember when I first started and I was on about 20 or 30 videos, and after that you're just doing so many videos and you end up getting into the hundreds. It's crazy. We've got Jay Birkin, hi there. So yeah, as I mentioned, just drop any questions in the chat. They can be reselling related or slightly not reselling related if you want as well. So yeah, I don't think there's anything else in the chat. Enjoying the videos, George? Yeah, they are good videos. I actually said, I messaged George because I was really taken back by how good that first video of his was. Like, it's really, really well edited. Like, it's so slick.
Yeah.
The intro is just, like, I was trying to figure out how he had done bits of the intro and stuff, and then it was just really, really good. Like, I've literally genuinely never seen a reseller who's just started on YouTube do a first video as good as he had done a first video. You know, it was just crazy. So yeah, a lot of people seem to be enjoying the vids anyway from George.
So how do you get to George's videos then?
You can just, if you go on in the chat there, and you click on the little 3 dots that I'm clicking on here, like those little 3 dots there, and then click go to channel. So basically,
it's like directly to.
Yeah, it takes him directly to his channel. So if you see where George Ross is in the chat, then you hover over the name, you'll see 3 little dots. Click on those 3 little dots and click go to channel, and then you'll get to his channel. So I can actually do that now, and then I can show you. I'm not going to show you one of his vids, but I'll just show you his channel. When it loads, it might not be very fast at loading because I'm actually live streaming, so I'm not sure. I've never actually tried to load YouTube. There's George's channel.
Right.
Hey, it looks like, oh yeah, they're your older videos. I was going to say it looks like you've got 5 videos out.
I like the buy, sell, repeat.
He's getting good views as well on them, for like 787 views for his first video. That's really good.
That's really good.
322 subscribers. That must be in like 2 weeks or something.
Yeah.
Like in 2 weeks he's got that amount. That is pretty amazing. Where's the Silence is Golden gone? It's on my other. I'll flip over if you want. Where is it? Green screen hall. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's my. They're my quote. Oh God, it's looking a bit.
Quotes.
1 sec. That might be a bit better with the green screen. Something's a bit off with the green screen slightly. It's not brilliant today, but anyway. Yeah, so there's the Silence is Golden. Right there. You've not seen that, have you? The quote wall. There's loads of my different quotes that I put on there the other week. We're not on computer packaging one. I just thought this one's quite nice today. It's a nice little background. I just thought I'd change it up a little bit. I'll turn that light down a bit in a sec as well. So yeah, Dr. Diddle Do's in. Hi there. I'll turn this light down a bit. There we go, that'll do. It's just because I don't know what's going on, but the green screen seems a bit odd today. You know, it seems to be like normally, like I don't know whether it's on. It's on your. No, there's a little bit of like green line round us. Just a slight little bit. It's not really on me much, but it's on you a little bit more. But normally you can kind of get that off by increasing the similarity, which basically reduces the actual greenness down. But I don't know, I'll have to have a look into it. But it's always about kind of playing around. You look, oh my God, you look like a proper like head mistress then. Like you're really stern.
I'm trying to get this of me. I need to be down there so that then I feel like my double chin is
crouch down
showing.
there then if you want to crouch down there. It just looks really weird. You know what you look like? Angelica Houston out of The Witches.
Oh great.
No, it just reminded me.
She's alright, but. Yeah, she's okay.
No, but it just reminded me of that, you know. I have to say.
Film star, kind of.
It just reminded me of that there. When was that? Was that like 1991 or something?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, it was ages ago.
I don't know.
Don't mind the box's background either. Yeah, it's quite a nice one. I've used this. What did I use this one for? I think I used it for my song actually. But it is. I think it's quite fitting because it's just like. It says reselling, doesn't it, the boxes?
It does.
So yeah, if you've got any questions...
in our house.
If you've got any reselling questions, whack them in the chat. I don't know, I mean, I've done so many of these shows now that I think most people are, like, literally out of questions.
Out of questions?
Yeah, like, literally, like, I've probably answered every question I could possibly answer on these shows with reselling. Yeah. I would say. Or pretty much. Oh, Corey's in the chat. Power Reselling in the chat there.
Uh-huh.
I've already read that. And I think that's everything again. It does seem a bit low, the chat today.
No,
I don't know why.
It's not being very exciting, is it? Really?
I know, but normally, like, there's more people jumping in at me. Like, before, like, you know,
maybe
weird.
they're busy.
I don't know, it's hard. But most people join, you know. Most people join, it's hard. Hey, Miss Ads. Well, Miss Ads, that sounds a bit odd. Mrs. Robinson, say that, something like that. That's a bit
Mrs.
better.
R.
Mrs. R. So yeah, it doesn't look like we've got anything else to go on. I don't think I've got any questions for myself or anything, so someone's going to have to drop something in there. Tap Peddler says hi there, Tap Peddler.
Hi.
That is Derek, another regular. There's a lot of regulars in here today.
Good.
Hey Tap Peddler, Corey's saying. So yeah, as I was saying, birthday was good yesterday. I don't know whether I finished that story, but basically the gimbal, I got working and everything. I was at the night time. I was just round lines, you know, just chilling around there. Really, I'm really glad that I've got the gimbal working, because now what it can do is when I'm doing vlogs and stuff like that, I can be so much more professional. Like you saw the gimbal, didn't you? It was really cool.
Good.
Well, it's out there actually. I'll get the box.
You could do a little demonstration.
Well, I can't really do a demonstration because of the fact the charge was going last night.
Oh.
But I'll just show you the box anyway. So I'll just flip back onto us here. So yeah, you know, it's this. Oh, light's a bit bad there, but it's this Evo gimbal, and it basically, you hold it. If you don't know what a gimbal is, you hold it, and then it works by electronics or something, and it basically you can tilt the gimbal in any way you want, but the phone is going to stay exactly in position, so there's no shaking or anything like that. It's really
stabilizes it.
Yeah, it stabilizes it. Yeah, so it's really smooth. So yeah, that was pretty good, but it was troubling me, the fact that I couldn't get the audio to work. But then I realised that it wasn't anything to do with the gimbal, so it's cool. Yeah, but that is gonna really improve the vlogs, like you said about going up the stairs and stuff.
When you go out in the car.
Yeah, when we're going in the car, it just stabilises it so much. So it just, like, I think that when you see two videos side by side, like a shaky one and then one with a gimbal, there's no comparison in terms of the level of professionalism. So yeah, that will really, I think you'll really see a significant difference with this. I just need to kind of, I've still not like read through the instructions so much that I know all the different modes and stuff, because there's different modes to it. Like I think there's a pan and, oh, here we go, shooting modes, pan, follow. There's a lock mode. There's a object smart tracking. So I'm guessing that's where you can like focus onto something and then it'll track it. We've got full follow, inverted, and turn back. I don't know what they are. Inverted and turn back, but yeah, there's loads of different modes on it. So yeah,
you need to go
cool.
Skateboarding.
Yeah, I suppose.
And use it.
I suppose they are good for. Oh, well, actually, look.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's
skiing.
That's ski. The little thing on the back there is actually of people skiing. So yeah, that would probably be. Danny's got a GoPro actually that has stabilisation on.
Yes.
So I don't know whether he'd be doing anything with skiing, because Ken was saying that the other night.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's that anyway. So that was like my main present.
So you liked your present?
I did
like.
I know I did.
Yeah.
I always like the presents because I always ask what I want. You know. Oh, right. We've got loads of people jumping in. Oh God, now we're inundated with questions. Question, ads, what's the one thing that is stopping your business getting to where you want it, and what are you doing to change it? I don't know. I mean, would you say my business isn't where I want it?
I think it's all right. Yeah, I think it's
I'd
where
say
you want it.
I'd say it's pretty much
but you
where
would like more space.
Yeah, I think the only thing really is space, but
we're working around that. Over the years, you've worked around that, haven't you?
Yeah, I mean, in terms of where I actually want my business, I'm not, like, really hell-bent on getting it, I don't know, I feel like I'm quite comfortable where it's at now, kind of thing, like, grown it to a decent level now, after 3 years, but I'm just quite happy with where it is now, and the only issue, like you say, and the thing that keeps cropping up for us is the space thing. Like, you know, getting that amount of space, being able to actually, you know, not run out of space. But, yeah, we always work around that, and it's kind of just something that you just have to deal with. Like, you either buy a storage place, you buy an office unit, you just do something to help expand, and that's what I'll do if it comes to it. But at the moment, it seems to be working okay as it isn't. And like, I've discussed the idea of getting another lockup. Obviously, you lock it's down here now, so in Lostock. So I could always expand in that way as well. So there are definitely options available to me, but at the moment I'm fairly okay with space. I'm near capacity, but I'm not at capacity, am I? So it's not too bad. Corey asked a question, I think. How's the investing going? Have you looked into peer-to-peer investing? I have. I've got an account with RateSetter. I just need to put more money in it. It's only got like 30 or 40 quid in at the moment. I need to actually put more money into that, but I'm doing shares and stuff at the moment, aren't I? So, yeah. I want to build a little bit more up in my share account, because basically a while ago I took most of the money from my shares, because I had a small share portfolio, and I put that into crypto, and then that was a bit annoying, because I was like, well, I want to kind of balance my risk, so I now want to try and put more money into shares. And then what I'll try and do alongside that is put more money into peer-to-peer lending, because it's I don't want my account just to be there like just with 30 quid in it or something. I'd rather build that up if I can. So yeah, it's not really going brilliant with the peer-to-peer investing or peer-to-peer lending, but I'm gonna try and work on that, but it'll be like over the next 6 or 12 months time. Power Reselling, which is Corey, asks, do you intend on scaling to wholesale from auctions in the future? Moving away from auctions to wholesale, or doing wholesale auctions? I'm not sure which one you mean. I'm guessing you mean moving away from auctions and going wholesale. I talked about this yesterday in my birthday live stream, of which I went to book and I'm not going to explain the whole story because you can just watch that video, but I went to book a wholesale with the food wholesalers. I ended up giving some documentation over. It wasn't enough to satisfy what we wanted, and and that was pretty much the end of that. We had a look round, didn't we,
just to see if the prices
if there would have been a margin in it. And there was a couple of items that I saw, but there wasn't a lot that would make the margin. You never know, I might get into a little bit of wholesale in the future, because it is something that always kind of attracts me or draws my eye away from just doing the used goods, because I've done it in the past a little bit and I've just kind of got a little bit of a connection with it. But at the same time, I think if you're looking at margins, the used goods are way better. And although you are having to do unique listings, and you're constantly having to replenish the listings opposed to just having one listing with multi-quantity, it's definitely worth doing those unique listings because of the margin being so great. So I probably won't, but I will probably get into a little bit of wholesale every now and then, if anything, but other than that, it'll probably just be the used goods mainly. I can watch live today. My employment job gets in my way. I hope I make it to being full-time self-employed in April, so to free up some time. Self-employed is much better than employed. Well, it's certainly a lot more. There's a lot more freedom with it. You don't have to. You don't have to go to a job and work like 9 to 5 or whatever. You've got more freedom to spend the time in whichever way you want, as long as you fit the work in. So there's a lot of people who do. Basically don't do much work in the day, but then work till late at night, till like 12 or 1 o'clock, and that works for them, and that kind of lifestyle is brilliant for a self-employed person, that an employed person couldn't do that. So it is a lot more freeing in that respect. Chat's just jumped again. Get a GoPro Hero 7 Black for ultra smooth stabilization. I wonder if that's the one Danny's got or not. I don't know. I'm not sure. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be pretty cool, this gimbal. The only issue with this, as you can see, is if I did want to use a camera, I can't use a camera because it's just a phone one. But to be honest, I use my phone for most of the vlogs and stuff anyway. And then I can always, in Premiere, I can just, and I've done this a couple of times more recently, if, for example, the lighting's a little bit off, or, for example, maybe the scene is just a little bit grey, or not maybe as colourful as I'd like it, then I can just like increase the saturation, or I can increase the you know, the light, the brightness, or the luminescence, or whatever it's even called on Premiere, and I can just increase that and kind of change it to how I want it anyway. So when you like can edit like that in Premiere or anything, it's not that bad to use a phone, because you can kind of get the color correction how you want it, so it can make it look better than you know, even if you're using well, maybe not even if you're using a camera, but it can make it look the same as if you were using a camera. And especially there's like some effects that I've not even explored with you know, actually making it look film like and stuff, by like reducing the size of the like reduce, you know, when we do that thing on films where we have a strip at the bottom,
black strips,
and a strip at the, so I mean, I know how to do that, but I've never done it. And you can also do like different things. You can make it appear, I did this in one of my recent vlogs actually, where you can make one half of the video appear like quite colourful, but then the another part of the video, like on a diagonal, is a little bit less colourful, or a little bit toned down, and it makes it look quite is it cinematic, is that word? Yeah, makes it look like quite cinematic. So yeah, I don't know what the question was actually now. What who said that?
No, they're just saying, why don't you
yeah, I don't necessarily need it really. It's and again, it's like a pretty, I don't know how much VR, but I'm guessing we're a few £100. Are you in the frame there? You might want to come over a bit more. Oh yeah, there you go. Oh, you're looking. You got that look again. Right, you need to. No, the other way. That's it. Right, there we go. That's better. Right.
It's definitely my chain. Not that Angela. What's her name?
Angelica
Houston's got a chain.
Get in, Corey. Watch your sales improve. My Amazon. Yeah, man, I'm starting to build up stock for my first year. Oh, are you starting Amazon FBA, Corey? Oh, I didn't know that. That Amazon FBA is good. George says, Amazon FBA is a must for any full-time reseller. You'll wonder how you went on without it once you've mastered it. It is quite hard. When I was first starting in like 2016, it's quite hard to actually get to grips with it. You know, when I'm talking about sales rank and all that, and trying to get to grips with it.
There's a lot to learn in the algorithms and things.
Yeah, like learning the graphs.
Which areas are the best?
Yeah, and
selling places and things.
I don't know whether I told you about it, but like certain categories, like books, might be the rankings are different. So in video games, a good rank might be like, you know, 1,000 or 2,000, something like that. But in books, you know, a good rank might be all the way up to like 500,000, something like that, and you maybe even be able to sell things quite quickly beyond that. It depends on the item as well, but you know, you've got to kind of judge it in that respect. So it is quite hard to learn, but once you learn it, it really is incredible. And I do actually think the sales rank system is really, really efficient, you know, in actually being able to judge what item to pick up and what item not to pick up. But also you can use the graphs as well on Camel or Keeper. Currently watching while listing. Who says men can't multitask? Brilliant. Got to pop out for lunch now. We'll try and what I don't know what that says. The chat's just jumping in. We'll try and pop back. Oh right, okay. Sorry, your video Ari Booker. Sorry, your video Ari Booker. Have you got a local macro? Got my card about 2 years ago. No, I've not got a local macro. I don't think there's anyone near
I think
us.
Might be. Oh gosh.
Maybe about half an hour away, 45 minutes, which isn't that far, really.
You should have a look.
Well, Manchester's about 55 minutes away, isn't it?
Yeah,
but,
you should have a look.
You know, it's not terrible, but I wasn't that bothered about the Booker thing. It was a very spur of the moment decision, wasn't it? Like I just had this feeling like, on the Sunday I was like, I need a more sustainable and more scalable business model. That's what I said to you, wasn't it? And,
you just reacted.
And I was like, I need to do something. I need to get into wholesale. And then, you know, I got the documents that I thought I would need. I registered online, like I said yesterday, and went down, and then I realised that I couldn't get an account there for whatever reason. You know, I don't know why. It was weird. It was odd why he refused me, because I thought I would have had all the documentation required, but I think it was. I think the problem is that it was spur of the moment, and it's not always good to make these big business decisions like moving from one model to a wholesale model or something like that in the spur of the moment. I think they do need a little bit more consideration than that. So I think it was more a decision made out of fear for, I don't know whether, you know, I was a bit nervous because it was like, you know, I want to scale in a different way. I want to grow this faster or whatever. It's a decision. It's a clouded judgment, I suppose. You know, and I don't think it is what I particularly want to do or where I want to go with my business or the wholesale stuff. It's certainly, I could see it being a part of if I ever owned a shop or anything like that. But you know, I think it was too much of a spur of the moment decision when I had that thought a few weeks ago, and it was kind of when we said that, you know, you need X amount of information and stuff. I didn't really have the drive to get that information, even though it wouldn't be terribly hard to find that information. I didn't really have that drive to do that, and I just sort of wrote it off immediately, and that kind of says it all, because it means that I've not really, it's not something that I'm terribly passionate about.
No,
so.
And also you'd had a lot, so you'd seen that there weren't that many products
you
could work with.
I mean, I said on the chat yesterday about these millions. You know the little millions, where
the blue ones. And the
pink
ones,
I think they had like a big tub, like a 2-kilo tub or something.
Yeah.
And we were like, well, you were in there with me, but I don't think you probably saw them. But they were $12.99 or something, and we were going on eBay for either $22.99, $24.99 or something. And they're going to be like Hermes $6.49 job, and then you've got your £2 or £3 eBay PayPal fees, etc. on top of that. So it's like, it's just not worth it, you know. Because even if we're at $24.99, that's leaving me with literally like £3.
Yeah.
And that's like what, 20%? Is that good for wholesale? 20% margin? I don't know. I think it's okay, but you'd have to be doing serious volume. I think it's for people who are doing serious volume, to be honest. But it does make me think, how do people... Oh, actually, no, I was just going to say, it makes me think, how do people go on with shops and stuff, but they don't have postage?
No.
And postage is it can be a big cost if you let it creep up, so...
Any more questions? Yeah,
there will be. I've not... once it gets going, the chat, you can't blooming keep up with it, you know. Did a stock take yesterday, 12 more items that have dropped off eBay, currently relisting them. Yeah, I get that when I do these things, you know, like things dropping off, and then also things selling that you've got that you
feel like you've...
Yeah, I mean, oh my god, how many times have I had that now?
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
You know, so it's quite, it's not good. I do think there's glitches and stuff with eBay. There's something odd.
It's almost like a reset thing or something.
I don't know.
They have to reset it. In those few minutes. Yeah. You know, like from 1 minute to the next, those things have been sold. Or something.
I don't know what goes on with it, but
it's like it doesn't keep up with all the stock that you put.
Are you a full-time reseller? Well, it's the only thing I do. I mean, I live at home with my parents, so I don't necessarily have loads of bills or anything like that. But it is the only thing I do. And yeah, I've been doing that. Oh my god. Well, full-time, I say full-time, but I've been basically doing full-time straight from the start, wasn't I? Yeah, so that would be not for 4 years now. Like, in June, July, 4 years, so that's pretty cool. Where are we in the chat? Trying to get back to listing after having last week off. Oh my god, that's hard when you have like a week off listing and then you're trying to get back into it. It really does take a lot of motivation to actually get through that hump. Question, what is your mum's opinion on Brexit? Oh, no, we're not going into Brexit. My God, no, we're not doing that.
I haven't got...
I don't think you do have that many.
No. Oh, thank you.
No, I don't. I've never heard you say anything about it, so I don't know. I know my dad will have opinions on it.
I don't understand it enough to have...
You know what?
To give an opinion.
Someone asked me that question the other week, and that's exactly what I said. Very, very close. Yeah. I don't know anything about it, really.
2 years on, I shouldn't have voted either way because I didn't know what the hell it was I was properly voting for.
Did I even vote? Did I vote? I don't even know.
I don't think you've voted. Don't know.
Did I not vote? I don't know.
I
know I voted in the general one.
It's a hot topic in our household. Because
I don't really.
But
it's more of an internal topic for my dad because we don't give it that much time or effort, really.
I know, but both of us work for international companies.
Yeah.
So it has had an effect on my husband's job. The company has been taken over because the company he was with previously has said that it would leave the UK, and they have. They are in the process of doing that.
Yeah.
So they stuck by what they said they'd do. So it's had an effect, I'm afraid. Yeah. But then again, I expect everything in the next few weeks will be, that'll be Brexit, or the next few, next 6 months it'll be.
I just don't know anything about it, so I can't possibly even. That's what I said the other week. Someone asked it, and I was just like, I don't know enough, I haven't a clue with it. Really.
I would have liked a process where they gave us 2 years and they gave.
You didn't have any opinions on it, did you? Like,
now that I've voted on something that I didn't feel I knew anything about, I wish that they'd spent a month on one topic and then told us what they were going to do on that,
and then move on
to another topic, and then obviously they'd do the more sort of critical things or the harder subjects to deal with near the end before you vote, and then you vote and decide.
Yeah.
I know people want it happening quickly, but I just would rather have made a more informed decision.
Yeah. Peter's in, another regular. He says hi. He's not stopping long.
Not now. We're talking about Brexit.
No, it's not that. It's not that. Stu says, question: if you had to put all your money in, we can both answer this. You have your you have your answer, and I'll have my answer. Okay. So, if you had to put all your money into one form of investment today for a return in 5 years' time, what would you choose?
Property,
right? Okay.
What were you going to say?
This is funny because
what were you going to say?
This is funny because it's 2 different age ranges. You being very conservative, me being very high risk.
Excuse me, my pension's on the slightly risky.
Oh yeah, version. What, like medium risk? No, it's going to be. We bought stocks in McDonald's for you, and that's medium high risk. That is not medium high risk.
On a scale to 1 to 10, I was 6.
Yeah, so. I bet that means in their terms, invest in Coca-Cola because it's really risky. It's not. It's like the most safest investment you can make.
I don't know.
Really risky, high risk. Like a 6 for me would be like peer-to-peer lending.
Oh, right. Well,
like on investment. Like on risk.
So what would you put your money into if you had
to? Well, the thing is, with 5 years, I'm not sure how crypto would be in 5 years. I know in 2 years it'll be really good. Like 2021 sort of time, it'll be really, really good. But in 5 years, we might be in the middle or just coming out of a bear market. So prices still might be going back down there again. But they'll always be higher than they are now at the bottom of this bear market. So I don't know. I'd say I can give you a few safe options. I'd say property sets a safe option and for a tangible asset. I'd say like stocks and shares, but maybe things that are more like tech companies and stuff like that. But not just tech companies. I mean like tech companies that are maybe based around like data and stuff like that, and online, like based around anything that relates or is similar to influencing cryptocurrency. Because if cryptocurrency succeeds, then those stocks that are of companies that are producing things for for crypto and to help crypto, or they're certain firms that are using blockchains in a certain way or whatever, then they're probably going to end up going up as well anyway, if this sort of next wave of the internet and technological revolution comes through. But you could also go low risk with the stocks and shares. Like I said, things like Coca-Cola are going to be good for low risk. They're like 3% dividend yield per year, so you'll get more than most banks anyway, pretty much all banks at the moment. Things like McDonald's, things like, and then that it draws on the ethical issues, because some people don't like to invest in companies like Coca-Cola or McDonald's because they are, fast food or junk food,
and they've got links with various.
Yeah,
or supposedly,
so
got links with.
And then you could always look into like, and I don't know anything about these sectors or anything, but if that is, if you feel that's unethical or anything to invest in those companies, you look for more ethical companies to invest in. So I don't know, like, is the Body Shop ethical, or is that come under fire at all? I think that's ethical, isn't it? Yeah.
Pretty ethical.
Things like that, or like
innocent.
Yeah, I was thinking innocent, but I don't know whether it's is it a publicly traded company?
I
don't know whether Body Shop is. I think it is. I think Body Shop is.
Well, the lady passed away, didn't she?
Yeah, she did. Yeah. But yeah, so just if you want to go more ethical, but then you just need to. It's just all about doing research into which ones are best. I mean, some things aren't necessarily going to be the best return over 5 years, but if you're looking into investing. And you have a lot of different rules and regulations for personal morals or personal values, then you might have to take a little bit of a hit on the return you're getting, because some of the better returns might be more unethical companies, or they might be not necessarily unethical companies, but just companies that maybe are in a certain sector that you don't particularly like or whatever, but that sector might be a growth sector at the moment, and therefore you might not want to invest in that, but then that's your opportunity of growth kind of gone. So, it just depends really. Or the other one would be peer-to-peer lending. If you've got a lot of money, then you can do something called royalty investing, where you buy the rights to a song or to certain, like, I think, music and stuff like that, where you have to put in a lot of money. It's like, it's bigger money investing, like 5, 10, 20 grand. But if you've got that money to put in, you then get a royalty each year. Don't know whether that's paid yearly or whether it's paid or annually. I don't know whether it's paid annually or every 6 months or every 3 months or every month or whatever, but you do get a good income return on that. There's also something else that cropped up that I was trying to think of yesterday, and I still can't think of it, but it's a very high risk. That was it. I remember now. It was very appealing to me. It was very appealing to me. Basically, shipping containers. You buy a shipping container and then you rent them out.
Oh.
And you can earn, like, I think, God, it's ridiculous. It was very, very high risk. Like, this is like a 10%, like a 10
Did
on
they
the
go
list
missing
still.
then? Did people miss them all?
I don't know, but the returns were something like 20% a year on your money.
Yes, because some go overboard, don't they?
I suppose that would be. Overboard. But it was a little site. I saw it on an ad, because I always look for new sites to invest in or make money on or whatever. So I saw this on an ad and thought, that's interesting. But again, I think you probably have to pay a large amount of fund. You might be able to get a shared container, so you buy it with, the pool investors' money together, buy it with the investors' money and then split the returns or something. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure how it works, because I only did a very brief little look at the site weeks ago. But you might be able to type it in, like, shipping container investing or something. So there's always that, and then there's, of course, nowadays, which again is a bit more lower risk, or mid-risk, we'll say mid-risk, which is sites like Property Partner, Property Moose, which is basically crowdfunded property investing. So if you've not got the money to put down, and get a mortgage for a property, you can literally just put, like, I think minimum is about 250 quid. You put on these websites, they pool all the investors' money together, they buy the property, and then you get a split of that rental income, depending on how much you actually invested into that property yourself, or the amount of money you put in. So that's something I want to do. But the problem is there's so much, and it's always been the same for me, even when I was a lot younger. When I was 13, 14, I looked into a lot of these different options, peer-to-peer lending and stuff, and all the rest of it. But back then I didn't have enough money to do what I wanted to do, and I still don't have enough money to do what I want to do. Like, I have a lot more money now at my disposal than back then, and I can afford to put a good amount in investing each month, but it's still not the amount I want to put in. I'd love to get, like, about 6 of these things going to a really high standard, like, I'm putting £500 into each of them a month, but of course that's £3,000 a month if I was doing that. But that would really help top up these you know, these different things that I'll have going. And then you'll have a few lower risk, you know, stocks and shares, investing in lower risk companies. And then you'll have like your mid risk, like the property partner or something like that. Maybe peer-to-peer lending, although peer-to-peer lending is seen a little bit more on the high risk side. Then you'd have, you know, maybe one other low risk thing, and then maybe another really high risk thing like crypto or something like that. So yeah, it's a shame I don't have. But yeah, I will. I know. I just get rambly when I'm talking about investing because it's interesting. It's very interesting trying to turn your money into more money.
Oh dear.
Right. Who else? Oh, I didn't even say hi to Stu when he came in. So hi, Stu. That was the person who just asked the question. Death by Glamour's in. Hi there, Death by Glamour. Chris B's in. I know you've been in for a while, but I didn't say hi. Antiques and Collectibles. Hi there.
Hello.
We are heading for a financial crash. House prices crashing in years to come. If they do, you can bet your ass I'll work my ass off and take advantage of bottom price. Yeah, that'd be pretty good if we do. For me, I mean, not for everyone else who's got a house, but for me.
Yeah, but we've had that before.
Imagine if they come proper crashing down. I could easily just buy one with cash.
I know.
It's like, right, there you go, boom, go down the house auction.
It's not good for the people that have just bought them, though. You know, if because you might
just
lose.
wait it out.
Yeah, I know you do. You sit and.
It's like with crypto now. I've just waited out 12 months of the bear market.
Yeah.
I didn't sell.
No.
You know, I just waited it out, and then I know price will recover again.
Yeah, I know. It's just sometimes people have to sell for one reason or another.
Yeah, I know. Well, you try not to get yourself into that position because obviously they're not that financially astute people, are they? You know.
No, it's not. It's not necessarily that. You can just find yourself in that position.
I know. Well,
you might have put as much money down as you can as your deposit. You know, and then you might find that your job goes out of this country.
Well, yeah, maybe. Okay, yeah.
And then you have to sell.
There's external factors.
And then you might have lost all the money you put in your deposit because you got no equity in your property.
Yeah, very true. Very true. I didn't think of the external factors. 20 listings now added. Wow, that's good. What, just in the last hour or so?
Wow.
Because Gary always lists while he's watching. So he normally does, I think, about 10 or so, 15. So 20's good.
He's motivated today.
Whoa, everyone, there's a lot of chatting here now.
Cold weather.
Loads of people are just saying hi. Adrian's in the chat. Hi there, Adrian.
Hello.
How many have we got in, actually? Let's have a look. 40.
40, wow.
Well, there has been 40 in at some point.
Yeah.
I think that's for peak. It says peak concurrent, so I don't know what that means. I don't know whether that's now or.
Yeah.
The chat is jumping like crazy as well, so I'm not even caught up yet. Hello, I just said hi to Adrian, didn't I? People who just bought a house are in negative equity, working for nothing. They should waited for the next crash. So what's negative equity then? That's when the house price falls.
So you bought a house for 200,000,
and then it crashes.
And then you've put, say, I don't know what the minimum thing could be, 30 grand.
Yeah, like
or
20-30 grand.
Grand down. And your house is valued at 200,000 that you bought it for.
So then if it crashes to 175, let's say.
Yeah, 175.
You put your 20 grand. Let's say you put 20 grand down.
Well, that is sort of like classed as negative equity in a way, isn't it? Because the house price has come down from what it was valued at. But
I get
if you've got no, you know, like say it was lower than that, like 155 or whatever, then you've got a house that's worth less than you bought it for.
But how does that affect the mortgage?
Well, it wouldn't affect your mortgage. You still carry on paying your mortgage.
But you're paying up to the 200,000 that you bought it at.
Yeah.
It's fixed.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not good.
No, exactly. No. So you're paying back for a house that at that point in time isn't valued.
What you want to do is catch it just after the crash.
To buy it.
Buy it at the point. Like with crypto, you buy it all with
if you've got money in the crash, then you're all right, aren't you? But people. So
all I've got to do is time it fairly well.
Yeah, but wait
till the house prices go nice down, and then buy.
Yeah, but the government react as well, don't they? Because me and your dad, we bought when house prices we were getting married in 1988, and we were looking at a house. Ready for this? £13,000.
Yeah, I know. It was
in
cheap
one
then.
week, by the time we went
back
to look at this
house, this is going to be crazy.
Went up to £26,000.
Double.
Pounds, and this was a little house, you know, a small house, a starter home, as much as we could afford at that point in time, and we had to just buy it because by the next week it was up to 32,000 anyway. So, you know, there are houses on that street.
So how does it work?
And the interest rates were at 14% shortly after that.
So you have to pay 14% each month or each year? Sorry, each year. Each year is that? And then it's divided into monthly. 14% extra a year.
14% is your interest on the...
Yeah, interest on the mortgage.
Yeah,
well,
the
yeah,
loan.
yeah. So, but that's annualised.
I think
it's not monthly. It wouldn't be 40%.
Well, you could have chosen
monthly.
Yeah, we paid it monthly.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. But I mean, that would be 14% for the year. So then we divide it by 12 to get your interest rate monthly, which would be like 1.2, 1.1%.
No, it was 14%.
A month.
Yeah. It was ridiculous. It went up to a ridiculous figure. It was like 14%, I'm sure.
A month? Like every month you were paying 14% on your money?
Yeah, because we were paying like
crazy.
We've always paid £500 off our mortgage, you know.
Peter says, hey, ads, Mum. And Peter's been in for a while, but I don't know. I don't get it. Don't know why. He mustn't have seen you or something.
Oh.
I don't know. Maybe he was on another tab or something.
Oh, right. Hey, ads, Mum.
Interest rates are going up from here, so it's something you need to be aware of when buying a house at rock bottom prices in years to come.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it seems so bloody complicated, just buying houses, malarkey. Just palm it off on someone else.
Well, because if there's a crash with money, then the government have to react with the inflation rates and things like that, don't they? And when they do that sort of thing, then that pushes up, you know, the power of the money, doesn't it? Sort of.
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. So I don't know if there's any more questions or anything. Was paying 16% on my first house in 1987. Whoa, 16%.
That's like us.
16%.
Yeah, we were only earning just under £1,000, and we were paying like £500.
What do you mean £1,000?
Well,
that's how much you went for a year.
No.
A month.
A month.
Oh, right.
You know, over a month.
But when were you born? 1940 or something?
No. And paying out, you know, we weren't on, you know.
Yeah, so you're paying out 500.
Yeah.
And you were earning 1,000
but we were
together.
only earning over like maybe it was £1,200, £1,300 a month between us, and we only
you were paying 500. My God.
Yeah, and then when your dad was made redundant, we literally had 1 penny in the bank. We had 1 penny.
No.
Keeping the account.
When was my dad made redundant?
It's years and years
and
years
know
ago.
That.
No, well, he's not been made redundant on lots of occasions. He's managed to survive it lots of times.
We are stuck in the private renting hole, paying much higher rent than a mortgage repayment, but don't qualify for a mortgage. My God, that's terrible, isn't it?
That's hard, because your money's going into your rent, and you've not got money to save, have you then? It is hard. And it doesn't get, like, when you're doing a mortgage, you think it's a lot of money going out and everything, but it does get, easier as time goes on, because your wages and things hopefully go up. If you don't overextend yourself, anyway.
Yeah. So we may as well take another couple of questions and then we'll get going, because it's pretty much getting on for an hour now. It goes quick, doesn't it, the hour?
Look at this, house prices.
It only seems like it's been about 10 minutes. House prices are 5 times higher, but her wages haven't gone up 5 times. It's so hard out there, you don't appreciate success without a struggle. Yeah, my God. First house only cost 29,000, was a struggle for the first couple of years. Wow.
Yeah.
My God, 29 grand.
I know.
But wages must have been way less back then.
Yeah, yes.
Because of inflation and stuff, is
well, like, I don't know what my first wage was, but it's probably you know,
really low,
under $5,000, something like that.
Oh my God!
But also, you and my dad and your dad and I were very lucky, in one respect, that we had a lot of things given to us, hand-me-downs.
Yeah.
So we were able to fill the house with the stuff that we needed.
Yeah, and then you've got that at least. And
then at least you're furnished. You've got your bed, and and we did have, as a wedding present, a washing machine, dryer. So, you know, that was a big thing.
Yeah.
I had friends that said they wouldn't get married unless that they could be bought a dishwasher.
Yeah. My parents bought their first house for 12,000. Wow, that's crazy as well, isn't it? 12 grand, my God. Take-home wage at the time was just over 500 a month. My God, that's quite low, really, isn't it? But that must be.
Well, no, that's what that was.
But
a realistic figure at the time. And
but
when you're starting in your career,
it must be like inflation or something.
Yeah,
it keeps going. Because like 70 years ago, the wage was like a few pound. Like Granddad was telling me, how he was on like, I don't know, £10 a week or something.
Yeah, and Grandma Crosby was something like, I think it was £16 a month or something like that.
My God.
Before she had
Weird
me.
That, and it's kind of like the value of the pound's gone down over time because you need more of it to get the same things.
Yeah, I don't know.
Weird.
It's just how it is.
Yeah, it's very weird. It doesn't like.
That's why when you talk to grandparents and you say, I sold something £35.
Oh, because they're thinking that
they're a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, thinking.
Yeah, because they remember how much £35 was
really
back then, you know.
Yeah, it's like now you don't think twice. If you go to the hole in the wall, you know, you used to get a tenner out and that would get you a few things. But now you sort of like get 30 quid out.
Yeah. I know, it's odd. So yeah, if you've got any more questions, then please do whack them in the chat. If not, then we will get off in a second. Thank you everyone for joining us anyway today. You can have a read in there. There's probably might be a few more questions. First job in 1984. Got to go now. Yeah, that's Peter. He said he was only staying for a little bit.
I was 80. Who was 84? Who was 85?
First job in 1984.
Southwest
you were the same, 84.
No, what was? Oh no, I wasn't. Was I? I was.
Well, your first proper job, 86.
86,
but then
yeah.
Before that, you were at Golden Pheasant, weren't you, or something?
Yeah.
For like a little
but that was just a Saturday job, wasn't it?
It's still your first job, though. Like, not your first proper job, but your first job. The value of the pound will always decrease. That's what inflation is. Ah, right. That's what... yeah. Okay, I get it. Yeah, because this is what cryptocurrency aims to solve. Cryptocurrency is... in one way deflationary because Bitcoin can only have a maximum supply, and most people, if they lose their private keys to a wallet, that cryptocurrency is essentially gone then. So there's less and less Bitcoin over time, and obviously there can only be, as I say, a maximum supply. So therefore you don't get into the realm of inflation and prices just keep going up and up and up and up as long as the demand is there. So that's something that is really different in like crypto and stuff. That's really... Except like certain cryptocurrencies have an inflation rate. Like if the developers and stuff actually tag an inflation rate onto them, and then basically cryptocurrency just gets mined each year for that specific amount. So there's certain cryptocurrencies that are inflationary still, but a lot of cryptocurrency kind of is deflationary, or just, you know, there's like just a max supply. So it's pretty cool that. Are you earning enough to let your parents retire, lol, and be kept back?
I bloody hope so.
No. Well, my God, you're not meant to do that anyway, are you? You're not meant to, like...
What?
No, I'm meant to look after myself, you're meant to look after yourself. That's how it's going to work.
You don't have to look after me,
exactly,
but as long as I can retire, that's what we're saying. Are you getting enough money?
Oh, so I can move out and then... Yeah, at some point, so yeah. Like, I'd love a deposit for a house retire, and everything,
yeah. So we, you know... I mean, we're not supporting it in...
Not financially, really.
No. But, you know... little bits.
Yeah,
of
little
things
bits here and there,
yeah,
but
that you
than...
that you use within the house, like.
Yeah, like household thing. But in terms of the business
that,
and everything, and obviously I pay me a little bit of board. It's not a lot, but I pay a little bit of board. But in terms of the business and everything, that's a completely separate entity, of course, as you would imagine.
And once we retire, we're going to put that board right up.
No, because by the time you retire, I'll be moved out. That's gonna. You won't retire for like.
Thank you for bringing that up.
No, but you won't retire for like blooming 10 years or something.
I don't know. Your dad's thinking.
I know my dad's thinking about it, but you won't probably retire for like.
I don't know.
Do you not want to try and make it for a big 50 years at Norcam? No.
What would that be?
68. You'd be 68.
Oh no, I'm not working till I'm 68. My knees won't hold
out but 50 years
long.
in the same job. 50 years in the same job. That'd be like proper good.
Oh no.
Because my mum is in the same job, that 1986 job that you said, is the same job she's at now in 2019. So that's 34 years this year.
Will it be?
34 years,
oh,
yeah,
my God.
That's crazy. That is crazy. But I would like it if you made it 50 years. That'd be cool. That'd be cool. Like, I'd love to stay like self-employed for 50 years.
Oh, I don't think I'd be any good to them at
That's
68.
A cool achievement.
I'm not much good, you know.
Yeah, but
I think
not,
sort of 50.
I mean, the work is like, of course, taxing and stuff, but it's not physical work, is it?
No, it's not. It's not. But you know, I find it is taxing. It is taxing mentally, and I am knackered when I come home from my 3 days.
Yeah. Stu's got it right. He's got it. He's hit the nail right on the head.
What?
Basically, your mum is gently trying to tell you to sod off and get your own plate. Yeah, I am aware of that. My God.
Gently. Gently.
No, that was pretty. No, that was pretty. No, it wasn't that bad. It was pretty.
You
gentle.
are thinking about it. Anyway.
I am, and
I'm glad you're thinking about
every few weeks or every month or so, I do think about it more and more. And like, I've been trying to learn a little bit more because I didn't know a few months ago. I didn't know anything about buying a house, and I've been trying to learn a little bit more about it because I think even just the process of learning about it, you need to know all this terminology and stuff before you dive into it because you would be just way over your head. You need to get, it's like when people have a kid or something, you want to, during the pregnancy, we're all reading books on it and everything to make sure they're going to do this well.
Oh, well, we don't want any pregnancies.
No, I know, I'm just saying, I'm referring to it. You know, it's similar. It's one of them big decisions in life.
It is a big decision in life, yeah.
It's like getting married or, you know, you consider it a little bit and then you ask them to marry.
You can think about pregnancies.
No, but, you know, so I am considering it more and more. And it is going to be one of them things, you know, now I'm 23. Like,
I don't mind
yesterday,
if you...
It is going to be, you know, slowly it's going to become more and more a thing that I have to make that ultimate decision on, you know. So, yeah, what were you going to say?
I was just going to say you can move down the road.
Yeah, I don't know where I want to move.
I'm not doing your cleaning.
I want to move somewhere that's cheap. I know that. I want to move like that's a half decent area. And I know this is conflicting, but a half decent area, but it's also cheap. And I know that would be very, very hard to find.
Yeah.
But somewhere that's half decent, but it's also fairly on the cheap side as well. You know, like it doesn't have to be the best area, but just a fairly decent area. You know, not a really run down area, just a fairly decent area. Like, I mean, Lostock is okay.
Yeah, it's alright.
I mean, there's one part of it that's a little bit more run down, a little bit not maintained as well.
You've got HS2 coming.
Yeah, I know, but I'm not going to think about moving to Lostock anyway, like just moving out of this one and moving down the road. I'd want to... But there's
now
like... I've got my ultimate places where I want to live, like Lymm or Mobberley or... Not necessarily Hale. But Mobberley or Lymm.
Right, okay.
But their ultimates, like that's how much of a house is like 500 grand.
Your Mobberley's got Manchester Airport over the
Yeah, I know that, but I don't care. It's a nice little town, nice little village. How much of a house is around there? Like 400 or 500 thousand?
Yeah, you could probably get something lower than that.
Oh right, so maybe 300,000, 350. So you know
that's
like my ultimate.
3, 4.
I like Lymm would be the ultimate. That is a nice little village. Oh. I like Lymm. I've only been a couple of times, but I like it. But yeah, that'd be like my ultimate. But that's not a first-time house. That'd be like if I move out of my other house, you know, like my first house in like 10 or so years. But yeah, that'd be nice. And they're not really posh areas, but they're nice. They're nice little villages.
Oh, that's nice. from Sean. Is it Sean?
Why?
Yeah.
Where?
Oh, he says...
Too much doom and gloom, Sean. What? Oh, no. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, there. 23. I remember renting at that age. I'm 37 this year. My advice, don't rent and stay with your parents to get a deposit. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Like, literally, that is what I'm doing at the moment, isn't it? Like, just saving up and getting a deposit. And, I mean, I could, like, with the deposit I've got or with the money I've got, I could move into a house and get, well, I mean, it depends if I can get a mortgage being self-employed. That's the challenge. But with the money I've got, I could get a small house right now if I wanted to. And if I could, by some miracle, get a mortgage, you know. But, you know, I'd rather just save up for a little bit longer and then see how it goes. Maybe if I've got more of a weighty deposit, I can then obviously swing it a little bit. But then you've also got the thing of, and I've been told about this in the chat before, you know, house prices may continue to rise, so therefore if I'm waiting to build up a deposit, that deposit won't be worth as much anyway.
Yeah.
So, you know, there's always that, but it's one of those things really. I don't personally feel I'm ready to move out right now at 23, and I know a lot of people, like, in this day and age, they don't move out till 25, 26.
Yeah.
And that's always been...
That's okay.
That's always been the kind of realm of where I've seen myself moving out of, you know, that sort of age. But I do feel like I'm slowly getting to that point. Not necessarily in maturity or anything, but just... I don't know, just getting to that point in my life where I'd want a change, especially around that. So, I mean, considering I'm now 23, that is literally like 2 years off, and that's pretty soon. Like, 2 years goes quick, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
So, you know, that gives me plenty of time to do more research and to get more of a deposit built up. It gives me plenty of time to... you know, look into different areas or whatever I may want to move to. It gives me plenty of time to meet someone if I want to meet someone, and then maybe we could club some money together or whatever to get a place as well. And also, if I did meet someone and they had a employed job, then that will then help get the mortgage.
Yes.
Because if you like someone with an employed job.
That's
so
the first thing
always...
you need to ask on a date.
No, it's not. No, it's not. But, you know, so that's kind of where I stand with it all. But, you know, in terms of saving up, it's pretty happy with where I am. And it's just about, like, keep going with it, really, and do the investing on the side and try and see if that gets me anywhere as well and gets me further in terms of my financial position. Because if my investing does well, then I won't really need to worry about deposits and stuff. I'll just be like, right, there you go, there's the money, cheers, walk away, you know?
Yeah.
But then again, it might synchronise quite well, because I really do believe that in 2021, that'll be around the time where crypto is doing really well. And if crypto is doing really well, and that's the time that I'm feeling more like, yeah, that I want to move out now, then I can use that money, take it out of crypto and be like, right, there you go, nice little house there, you know, 100 grand or whatever, great, there you go, done. And then what I can do is, if I've not got much of a mortgage on that, or maybe not a mortgage, it depends on how well the investing works out, it just gives me a bit less stress with that as well, because I've not got that looming over me as well. So, yeah, but it all depends on the investing. If the investing doesn't work out, then I'm in a much worse off position. But, you know, you've got to try things. You know, like I've said to you with the investing, I've got to at least give it a go for my younger years and see if it works out. Got my first mortgage at 19, no foreign holidays, but it paid off in the long run. Anyway, before I get on and start reading everyone else's questions, we're going to have to go now, because we've been over an hour. I do have a few different things I need to do. I need to do some packing and stuff as well. Add, the fact you are saving for a deposit will bode very well for you in the bank size. Yeah, I suppose so. I mean, it just depends on how much of a weighty deposit I can get, really, and what sort of level the house is, you know, in terms of the value of the house. Yeah. But, yeah, anyway, 100k for a house. Where are you moving to, Scotland? Oh, there's loads of places you can get 100k for a house. Like, maybe not quite round here. You can get a few places around here.
Yeah, you can. There's one around the corner, yeah.
I mean, if I was going northwich.
110, yeah.
Oh, yeah, we looked at that one, didn't we, near the Broken Cross? Yeah. That was 110. Yeah, you can. I mean, I am up north, so it is cheaper up here. You know, it's not like London where, like, bloody God knows how much.
It'd be like a small
It'd be a small house. Terrace. Like, it wouldn't be big. It wouldn't be big.
Some terraces...
It'd be very much a starter home.
Some terraces are big.
Yeah, I know, but it wouldn't be... It would be very much a starter home, basically.
Yeah.
And then there's also places that I've been looking at, like in certain places in Wales, like I've been telling you, that are pretty cheap. You know, they're pretty cheap over down there. So there are definitely places you can get them for that amount of money. It all depends on, you know, if I wanna spend more on a house and just get a house that I'll be happy in for a lot longer, then I'll do that. But you know, I'd rather just buy a house and get on the market first off, and then see what happens. You know, I would like to buy a house with a long-term future in mind, but I just don't think I've got that luxury at the moment. I'd rather just at least get on there, get onto the ladder, and then you know, and then think of things. You know, I'd love to just buy a house and just think, right, that's my home for a long time now. But
the house that we bought for 26, we stayed in for exactly 12 months.
Yeah.
So.
Right.
Yeah.
12 months in one house.
Yeah, yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, and then
No,
because the next house we bought was like 38, I think, 36, 38, something like that. But we'd made some money on the first house, even though.
So you got a bit like equity or something.
A little bit of equity, which was very lucky at that point in time.
Right. Anyway, we best go now. It's been well over an hour.
Yeah.
So I will see you all very soon, guys. I'll have another
us.
video going out very soon as well. I don't know when it's scheduled for, but I think it's the 9th. It's the 9th, the next one I've scheduled.
I don't know how he talks this much.
I talk way more than this sometimes on
God.
here. Like, I don't even look at the chat sometimes for like 20 minutes.
Well, that's not fair, is it?
I know.
People are watching.
I know.
You need to
I know.
answer questions.
I know this, but I forget. I just ramble and then I forget.
Yeah.
But no, we didn't really talk that much today. So, yeah, thank you very much, everyone, for joining. And I will see you in the next one. So, see you very soon, guys.
Bye.